What that? What they talking about? What they talking about?
Prophecy music on the beat.
People pop shit behind your back when they see you face to face. Always want to talk it out. Talk it out. Sitting there stuck and confused, trying to be cool, acting like they don't know what you're talking about. Talk about. All my niggas on point, all my niggas gon' ride. We don't walk it out. Nah. But I must be doing something right that they don't like, cause I'm the only one they talk about. Calm and cool when I'm collected. Let BBE my team and I'ma rep this. I'm rapping money.
Bottle Talk, episode 8, we back. Yeah, I mean, episode 8, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, Bottle Talk 302, and make sure y'all follow us on Instagram, Bottle Talk _podcast. You know what I mean? It's your boy K.
Relay, Charles,
Bam.
Job. Always laughing shit.
Nah, we back. What's good with y'all fellas? Everybody good?
Good,
How was
man.
your
Good,
weekend?
man.
How was your weekend?
It was cool, man. Had an unnecessary run to Virginia that didn't happen. I got stuck in DC, ended up turning back around.
Oh, word?
I wasted the whole Saturday, but other than that, it's cool.
As long as you cool, I'm cool.
Could have made some money though.
All right, the first topic we gonna touch on today is in hip hop. You know what I mean? Legends versus goats, man. I mean, like, how do you feel about, you feel me, the goats of hip hop and the legends? Are they the same? Are they different? You know what I mean? Like, how you feel about it?
I think they're different.
Okay.
Well, one, let's get this clear. I think over the time, I think the words legend, GOAT, icon, these words get thrown around just way too careless.
They do.
You know what I mean? There's a difference between a legend. A legend did something for a short period of time and made the fullest impact of it.
Okay.
A GOAT is somebody's greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So that means he sustains a level of success over a course of time. You know what I mean? So there's a difference between a Jay-Z and GOAT or 50, who was legendary for his
So you saying like
run.
people that had like a great moment?
great moment. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's
You don't
a difference.
consider 50 Cent as a GOAT?
Nah.
He was a legend though for what he did.
He was legend for what he
At that
did.
time.
He bought the mixtape stack, you know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
definitely did.
And propelled, cats like Wayne, and other dudes. Jeezy, yeah, you know what I mean? But that was all for 50. So yeah, I would say he's more of a legend than a GOAT.
yeah, agree.
I mean,
I think too with the definitions, like you can be like you can be a GOAT that's a legend, but not all legends are GOATs. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
how I feel too.
Like
I feel the same.
how I was saying, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a differentiation between like the two and the titles. I mean, they do get thrown around. You got people who are putting like
Go after everything.
GOAT after
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They put GOAT. They put GOAT with like, I totally get it. You know, the guy. I actually listened to the album. It was a great album. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that it was for his passing. I wouldn't listen to it. The XXX. But they put GOAT behind his name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the GOAT terminology, and I think even like it's kind of like the respect behind the names is not even there anymore in regards to like putting that title on somebody's name, because we came in around a time where like the GOATs was like, we look at like Jay-Z as a GOAT, we look at like Eminem, you know what I'm saying? Like we look at them as GOATs, people who are like literally lyrically geniuses, like, you know what I'm saying, who really get busy like that, and then you got people whose music is literally about popping pills until they die, and suicide and stuff like that.
It's all about like everything together when it comes to GOATs. Like you gotta have great albums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That definitely comes with it. Like if you don't got a great, like I said, I mean, Kiss is my favorite rapper. I say this every episode. You know what I mean? Kiss is my favorite rapper. He's a legend.
Yeah.
I don't consider him a GOAT, but I consider him as a GOAT. Like when it comes to mixtapes, like for what he does, he's a GOAT for that. And he's a legend in hip hop. To me, I mean, I don't know how y'all feel
I
about
think it's
it.
a GOAT, because I don't know anybody who's like a hip hop fan who doesn't like Jadakiss. Like, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I mean, Jadakiss just take you somewhere else. Like the way he paint pictures,
Yeah.
like he's the GOAT at doing that.
Yeah.
That's why I said like Cassidy. You mean I believe he's a legend. You feel me, for the punchlines. He's a legend in hip hop when it comes to bars, but I give him a GOAT as when it comes to punchlines. Because I feel as though he's the greatest to ever do it with the punchlines. Y'all might feel different. I know you a Lloyd Banks. I know you like Lloyd Banks. You might say Fad, but I think Cassidy is the GOAT of punchlines because when he was out, like everybody was trying to rap like Cassidy.
True.
Yeah.
Like back then, like you had everybody was rapping with punchline after punchline. Like before that, nobody was doing that shit.
Yeah, you might have 2-3 punchlines in an entire song.
Yeah.
If that.
I mean,
But you know how to make it work.
Yeah, but
yeah.
all he did was punchline.
Yeah,
like
punch,
every
punch.
bar, like
That's
was
true.
punchlines. You know what I mean? So since we talk about legends, I mean, go into battle rap. I want to talk about this J Mills versus K-Shine battle. Relay.
Yeah, I was there, man. Like, I'll give J Mills a sympathy first round because he didn't come out snapping. Then afterwards, I was there live. Afterwards was just downhill. It was bad.
I'm not giving him a goddamn thing.
It was bad. K-Shine was too much.
You giving him, you see, right? Look, I don't mean to cut you off, but he said sympathy. He's giving him a sympathy for the first round. Nah.
But it's funny, but everybody there was like, yo, this guy did a horrible. J Mills did not do horrible. He didn't choke, he didn't stumble, he performed. It's just bars were just not hitting.
It was he really fucked up, especially with the Triple G Broner bar.
Yeah, that was
They never fought each other. I had to hit the brothers. Like, yo, did Triple G ever fight Adrian Broner? He said no. So that shit didn't make sense. Then he had the Vontae Davis halftime bar, and then his man was like, what is his name? His hype man, he was like, oh, y'all know basketball. Yeah, he's like, he was like, oh, y'all watch basketball. Nigga, obviously you don't need it.
Yeah. I heard that. I saw that on the blog. Man, listen, man. I called it last episode when we talked about it. Yo, the rap game and battle game has changed a whole lot in 15 years, man.
Yeah.
You cannot come back after 15 years and just think that you're just gonna pick up where you left off. It needs training, you need time. Like, the difference between battle rap and something like basketball or football, whatever, like, it's physical ability.
Yeah.
Like, so over the course of time, I'm not gonna run as fast, I'm not gonna hit as hard, I'm not gonna shoot as many jump shots. But the difference between rap is it's up here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can get smarter, you know what I'm saying? I can get wittier,
Yeah.
I can get, but he didn't give his time that. Listen, man, you've been out of this game for 15 years, man. You're gonna need longer than 2 months to prepare for another. Here we go again, guys. The last one against another legend.
Yeah.
Like, K-Shine ain't no, like,
He's not
no
no
just no
walking park.
anybody.
Yeah.
Like, K-Shine, let's be real, K-Shine is a monster. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's legendary at what he does.
Yeah.
Performance.
Yeah.
Puncher, not like an ad puncher, but like, yo, we're not battling notebook for notebook anymore. You know what I mean? And that's what Mills came there to do. And nah, man, it ain't gonna work. I don't want that man to ever battle.
He got 4 more battles contracted, so
He needs to battle.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
All right, this is when he needs to battle Smack, RBE, the dude taking the tickets at the door. That's 3.
And his man just said basketball.
Yeah. 5. Fulfill the contract. Bam. Don't videotape him.
They ain't battled in 15 fucking years. Just imagine a nigga.
Talk your talk, cause you want to get
Imagine the nigga going to jail for 15 years and then come home. When J Mills battled, I don't even think we had color screen phones, eh?
Oh snap.
Like nigga, technology.
you right. Niggas had Nokia flips.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think niggas had chirps. What was that? 02? Niggas had the ready links. Remember the ready links on the Sprint?
Oh, yeah.
That was before the chirp. That was before the next cell. Niggas had the ready links.
Now, did he battle like? Oh, but you know what? No, he did battle after
At the move.
Mook and Ness.
Yeah.
But a lot of that stuff wasn't recorded. Like, was the joint with him and Goods?
Yeah, he said he battled.
That was 02.
He said he battled Goods. He battled Rex twice or Lux twice. But you know,
Head Ice too.
he said he lost to Ice bad though. He admitted that back in the day. But you know, we ain't see the file, so We don't know.
man.
You know what I mean?
But
Like,
I think even still, like when you come into a situation like that, you gotta know your opponent enough. I've never seen, well, I don't want to say I've never seen, but I've rarely seen a situation where Kayshawn walked in unprepared. That man prepares. He prepares. For
I respect Jay Mills for taking the Kayshawn.
Yeah.
I respect him for that. Taking Kayshawn after leaving for that long and coming back to take Kayshawn.
That's not somebody you want for your first.
That's what I'm saying.
I respect him. You should have known.
You should have
Do your homework.
Here's the thing. Respecting Jay Mills for Kayshawn and giving him a sympathy round, it's like giving Big Mike the sympathy win over Lil Tracy in the wood. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Mike lost.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have hit Tracy. Nobody gave Big Mike
back to
that
what he
win.
said.
So I'm not giving Jay Mills that win.
Like,
Back to the Vontae Davis part, right? This is why you can't have yes men in your circle. Right? Yeah, I mean, you can't have yes men in your
do
circle.
your homework.
You said, he said, I'm making lead the game halftime. Like Vontae Davis, and this man said, oh, y'all don't watch basketball.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that's the wrong sport, yo.
Obviously, you don't.
Clearly. So in this moment, none of us are watching basketball.
Yeah.
Hope it's not with you.
Let him go. But
He was probably the one that he was, exchanging bars with.
now he was exchanging bars with Geechee.
Geechee got
And
it.
Geechee ain't shit for letting him rock.
Get you real. I wouldn't let you. Nah. Get You did the right thing.
You said Geechee real for letting him.
Yeah, let him die. Let him die. Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies. Let him go.
Shout out to Geechee, man.
Word.
Geechee had a great battle with Rum on another note. That was a great battle.
Yeah, that's actually what it's
I
about.
don't want to get into the whole SMA card, but it was a great card overall.
Yeah,
It was way better than SM7. You know what I mean? Salute to Smacks for bringing the fucking beat back. Because we needed that. You know what I mean? So, moving along. This shooting at the fucking mansion with Tekashi 6ix9ine and Kanye was supposed to be shooting. They were supposed to be shooting the video.
Nicki Minaj.
They were shooting the video?
They were supposed to be shooting the video at the mansion.
Yeah.
Okay. I got some bad information. I thought they was performing.
Nah.
Alright.
Work the video.
Nah, they supposed to shoot a video at a mansion. At the mansion.
Get ready to join.
Yeah, and niggas pulled up, man. Start laughing.
And it was the room that got shot into was allegedly the room that Nicki Minaj. No, Tekashi was originally supposed to be in, but he switched rooms with Nicki Minaj, and she was supposed to be in that room, and got shot into that room, but she wasn't in there. Kanye was actually in the room at the time.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so that's when Kanye did it because the shot came through the room that he was in.
And now, Tekashi, I guess his record label was pulling like 500,000. They lost 500,000 from the whole situation, so he's in financial trouble. And now, I know Chuck D was like, "Yo, Kanye West shouldn't be hanging out with Tekashi or something like that." There's like no sense in that. So yeah.
If you know a nigga got problems with everybody, why would you fucking be hanging around?
And they were all at the house, so Kanye, Nicki Minaj, and Tekashi were all three at the house at the time of the shooting. It was just that I think Kanye was in that room, I guess, preparing for the shoot.
Go, man. Somebody, listen, man. I don't wish,
And I was getting there.
Go ahead and get there.
And I was saying I don't necessarily wish anything on anybody, but I think that when you lead a particular life and you do particular things, you gotta be prepared for particular situations. You can't be reckless and then never expect for wreck to come. You get what I'm saying?
See what happened to Safari? He got caught with his ass out.
Yeah, you can't lead a particular life a certain way and then expect saints in return. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
But you know
That's
what
why I
though?
said, yeah.
To your point, man, because we talk about this all the time, like street dudes know there's two things you don't wish on dudes: death and jail. Man, listen, man.
Real talk.
But I do wish that punishment comes to a false life that you have portrayed.
absolutely.
And if you know you're 5 feet nothing, 100 nothing, and you ain't built like that, and you can't talk like you're 8 feet tall and expect to not get punched. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Expect for
Yeah.
real dudes to happen. But see, this is the life that we have become accustomed to. Everything's for entertainment now.
Yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
for play. Everything is for social media. Everything is for likes. You know what I'm saying? Everything is for followers. Everything is for subscribers. Like, you know, a lot of stuff that we do is even to get our show out, get our show out there. Everything he does is for attention, it's for show, it's for likes. Nah, man, everybody's not playing.
At all.
Everybody's not playing. Everybody ain't doing things for likes, man. You know what I mean? You coming around here with colorful hair, nah, man.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't playing with you.
At all.
Ain't playing with you. You want to play? They got PS4 for that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like the internet gave motherfuckers a voice that would never say shit to nobody's face.
You talking crazy, but you got 20 armed guards around.
Yeah, you saw the video.
But you
He was
talking
like
crazy.
dancing around, like all the guards dancing around. It's like, what if my security hates me? I'm like,
He's fucking.
But be real, how many people really pulling up though? Like, it's a lot of jokers talking mad cash.
Yeah.
But some of them niggas pulled up to the mansion.
Facts. And they let it off. They let it off. And I didn't even know. I mean, I still don't even know like the full extent to like how information is given out. But I guess apparently, like, you know, even when you bring stuff like that, like, I guess it's like public info because how else would somebody know that you was there? You know what I'm saying? That you were at this place.
I mean, but you know when
you got inside.
you know when you're, I mean,
you know what I'm
if
saying?
you in Cali, you feel me? And if you're from Cali and you feel me, and you're in the entertainment business, you know where people are at, you know where they going and shit. Like you know, like it's gonna be word of mouth. Like, oh, so and so is shooting a video here, so and so doing this here. So it's just all word of mouth.
That could be part of the tourist guide.
And then Kanye and Nicki, y'all just guilty by association at this point. Like I'm pretty sure it was
enough too though to have drama.
But they be talking about, but I don't think that anybody was necessarily putting to the mission for them too. It's just you was just there. You was in the moment of time.
But it could be mixed because Kanye be with Trump. Like you never know what jokers is doing.
Or you know what I'm saying, somebody might have been trying to somebody might have cut it. It is bloods out there. They might have been trying to pull up on one.
You never know.
It could have been many different ways. But I'm personally, I'm all for consequence of behavior, whether it's a positive or negative, whether it's a reward or whether it's a punishment. I feel like what you do is what you get as a result of your behaviors. You know what I'm saying? Whether it is for the positive or the negative, you gotta be, when you act a particular way, you gotta be ready for whatever comes from there. Like I said, whether it's a benefit or not a benefit to your life, whether it's a positive or negative, you gotta be, you know what I'm saying, willing to kind of take that. Like that's like if you go out and do something good, for an extended time, you can expect for something positive to come back to you, but if you're actually doing something bad for an extended time too, you have to be able to expect for something negative to come your way at some point in time.
Like whatever happens, happens. Like you say, you can't punch a nigga in the face and get mad how hard he hit you back.
Facts. And you can't tell me how to hit you back.
Exactly.
You can't tell me how to retaliate. If you talk crazy about my mom, you can't tell me the only retaliation I can have back is to punch in your face. No, I'm going to look at my who I know don't care, and they got felonies and they don't mind. I'm just gonna get them to do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me how to retaliate. You just
this
can't.
situation, you can't tell them when.
You can't tell me. 17 years later.
Yeah, this shit.
You can't tell me.
What happened in 9/8? Yeah.
You can't tell me 98. And they didn't even know stuff.
You never know.
You know what I mean? I didn't know if I was ever going to see him again.
You got to have moments, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, you such a
Oh, God. That's funny as hell. Moving along,
That's what I like though.
I want to say RIP and condolences to everybody that lost some family members, cousins, mothers, fathers. You know what I mean? During the Cali shooting. Like these mass shootings just keep happening, man.
Yeah.
Like every other day now, like it's a mass shooting, man. Like
This one was 12 people, right?
yeah, I believe so. It was at a bar.
Yeah, at a little local bar, $1,000.
Did they ever say
$1,000.
Did they ever say like what the motivation behind this one was? I never got that much.
Nah, I ain't got much info either.
But I heard the dude killed himself after.
Yeah, but I mean, usually, you know, these detectives.
They find out they go and get more research on like the social media accounts or different like people. Like maybe sometimes a lot of times the homicides and suicides people leave letters behind. So they haven't released that info yet as far as I know. And I don't know if y'all seen anything about it.
nah, I haven't.
Hey, listen, man. All I know is thug, hoodlum, troubled, none of these words have come out. The usual comes out. He was mentally
unstable.
He
But you see the pictures they be posting of these niggas? Like when it comes to black folk, they posting our mug shots and shit.
Yeah.
When they post these motherfuckers, they show
he
more
was
pictures.
smile. I'm about to
They show smile pictures in the army.
on the playground with his kids.
That's what I'm saying.
How about my coworker? She said she felt sorry for him because he had mental health problems and he had a family and all. And I'm like, well, it's a black man that do something crazy. Are you sorry for his family?
Yeah, nah,
Are you worried about his mental health?
Nah, man.
She gonna be like, I'm crazy, but that's factual.
You know what I mean? All they gonna tell you is, oh, he was illegally selling Lucy's.
That's all they
he
gonna
stole,
talk
he
about.
stole something from the store.
Like with Eric Garner, or he's illegally selling cigarettes, but y'all just
Or
told
he just so happened to be walking down the street with a hood on. You know, oh, he was, nah, man. Like, I'm tired of excuses, man. I'm tired.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, yo. I'm gonna tell you this right now. From seeing people every single day, literally, okay, all the way down from a guy, client as 3 and, you know, as old as 70, okay? So seeing people every single day, it doesn't matter what race you are. People in general have mental health issues. Just the human race in and of itself has mental health issues. And so the misconception that that happens when, you know, black men get caught up in crimes, or when black people period get caught up in crimes, that, oh, everything was a criminal act, or they had a criminal history, blah, 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 blah. You cannot undermine the mental health issues that black people have on the basic level. On the basic level, I believe every black person got PTSD. I don't care. I believe on the basic level, every black person has a generalized form of anxiety. I don't care what anybody, like, you can't tell me that we don't, based off of just the black experience in and of itself. You get what I'm saying? We go through life every single day not knowing what can happen when we walk outside of our door. No matter what type of neighborhood you live in, no matter if you're from the urban or the suburban, the hood, right? If you got a house with 10 acres, you never know what can happen when you're out here in this world as a black individual. You have the equal opportunity position to be shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? And so we never have a level of stability in this country. And so I truthfully believe, even in my professional opinion, that every black person suffers some form of mental health issues. And, you know, whether we want to admit it or not, but I hate the fact that when things like this happen, only our white counterparts get offered that opportunity to be deemed as mentally unstable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They go through, I mean, the system will literally go thoroughly through all things to consider them as mentally unstable, to justify their actions.
Yeah, man.
But a black person, we never get that time. We never get that opportunity to
And
be
they say it's because we don't
evaluated.
take mental health serious. Like,
At
we
all.
don't go see therapists. How many people in our
Exactly.
family we know go see a therapist because of our mental health
Exactly.
problems? That don't happen.
What they say,
The norm is easy to say, you know, it's something else.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's looked at as weak by us. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, I don't have a problem saying it now, but I struggle with a little bit of PTSD every now and then. I mean, it was bad a few years ago, but you know, I had to go to counseling. You know what I mean? I had to get myself right, and not because I wanted military benefits, but because my kids are sick. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to have or go through something or have a depressive state while my kids in the car.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or when I'm
That's
home,
real.
like something as simple as a small criticism. It could be, yo, Jihad, you missed a spot on the dish, on the pot when you watched it. Yo, I would lose it. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I don't do nothing right. And it was something real small, you know what I mean? But here we go again. Remember we said this before, slavery, man. I think slavery put it like that, man. We don't have the luxury to think about how we feel. You know what I mean? And then we don't have the luxury to tell you, yo, what you said to me hurt me.
Yeah.
You as another grown man, you hurt me.
Yeah.
Think about it,
You
right?
can't, like you say, I can't, like, if me and one of y'all got a problem, I can't go to be like, yo, you hurt my feelings.
Cause
I'm gonna consider weak, a pussy, a bitch.
Yeah. Think about how many lives in the black community can be saved if I could tell you hurt my feelings.
Exactly.
Like,
This is why a simple conversation. Instead of like you pop shit to me, nigga, I'm popping off, or you popping off.
I'm hitting you, I'm hitting your brother, I'm hitting everybody, but yo, all you had to do was say, yo, that was a little out of line. Like, you hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
But we can't do that.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
We wasn't raised like that.
We wasn't raised like that.
More sad. What's even more sad, and well, the first point I want to make is like, even going back to slavery, right? I think even deeper than not even being able to express yourself. How about if we look at over generations, over centuries of time, the way that Black people were originally brought to this land was through forced dependency. We were forced to depend on another person, and so it makes sense that an individual wouldn't want to see a healthcare physician, or they wouldn't want to see a therapist, because now I feel like I have to depend on you for. That's why it's hard for Black people to ask each other for stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard for us to ask it because like that dependency. We innately do not want to feel like we're dependent on another.
We were talking about this earlier about how children are raised up by like a single mother.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's independent.
Yeah.
So they don't depend on somebody.
Yeah. Now here we go again. I hope we ain't going to.
Nah, we good, man. We were great timing. We're good.
Word. So listen. So here we go. Let's go deeper into this, right? So last episode we talked about America, or you know, whatever you want to call it, white America or whatever. It seems like they're trying to get rid of the Black family through the Black man first. So here we go, right? You got single Black moms raising men and raising little boys and girls, my bad, as independent Black women who don't need a man for nothing. They raise daughters like that, to think that way. I'm an independent Black woman that don't need a man for nothing. Then they raise sons to think, oh, I'm an independent Black woman who don't need a man for nothing. Keep in mind, I said son, thinking I'm an independent Black woman that don't need a man for nothing. So therefore, that little Black boy grows up and he doesn't even have respect for a Black man, because he never had a Black man whose mom felt deemed important enough to respect.
That's real.
So that little young Black boy goes out into the world disrespecting Black men for praising what the white man wants him to believe.
But so Willie Lynch. That was the whole breakdown of slavery system.
Here we go. But some people think Willie Lynch was a myth. But whatever, we live it though.
He's a story.
We live it though. Listen, so now, because we have generations growing up in single mother homes, we have little girls growing up that don't know how to be wives. Because mom was never a wife.
Yeah.
Now we have boys who don't know how to be husbands and respect Black women.
Because they never had a father figure in their life.
Yeah, to teach them how to cherish a Black woman.
So you caddy.
Yeah.
So a man being caddy, whatever.
So there you go.
That's where the pain is coming.
Exactly. So now you got, if you're walking down the street and you see a Black woman and a Black man arguing, these are two adults, but you know who you see? In reality, it's two independent Black women that don't need a nigga for nothing.
Right.
That's what you see.
I'm even in the same realm of thinking. I talk to parents about it all the time, literally, because I feel like it's so important. And I think we even had a conversation about it too, concerning with your son, right? And I think like Jahad gets it because he has a son. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, we had a conversation about how in the Black community, right? Black men, we grow up with an extremely immature level of emotional development. You can't cry. You can't you cry about anything. Well, you don't better not cry. You ain't no sissy, right? And I think sometimes we have to differentiate the difference between like that thin line between whining and crying. Because I wouldn't tolerate whining, you know what I'm saying, especially at a certain age, you know, after 3 and 4, we're not doing this whining thing anymore. But if you're crying, that's your expression. So I need to find out what the issue is. Why are you crying? Let's talk about it. Let's have a cry. But in the Black household, you cry, you can't do that. As a Black, you can't. And so what happens?
He go get your ass for
exactly.
Exactly.
And so when we think about that, right? So and sometimes I think as older individuals, we have to put ourselves in the mind state of the child. And so as a child, when you're telling me that I can't cry, I'm learning that is not an acceptable emotion or expression of my emotion, what I'm feeling. So then then comes in that piece of suppression. So I'm learning now how to suppress what I feel. I feel that I experience it within me, but I can't express it, right? And so as I get older, how can I, as a man, be in a successful relationship with another female if my emotional development has not gone anywhere? From 5 years old. And so many women, they get upset now these days because they're like, black men can't relate. They don't know how to be emotionally there for me. How? When at 5 years old, I was told I can't. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned from 5 to 25 that was not an acceptable thing. So now I'm coming here in this relationship with you, and you want me to be mature in that area just like this. It takes work and it takes time. And I talk about it all the time because I think it's really important to allow your children to express themselves through their emotions and have conversations about it. You know what I'm saying? And you can, even through having conversations with them about it, it can teach them, what is healthy, what's unhealthy, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, how to defend yourself. But you can't even properly teach a child how to defend themselves if you're not allowing them to express what it is that they're feeling. And so I think that portion in and of itself is very important.
That's when they, you feel me, like, that's when mental health come in, like, because they start keeping all their feelings inside, and then they burst out with
you wonder why your 16-year-old, and I'm not trying to be funny, your 16-year-old already got 4 bodies but never told you about it. I already having sex with them because we can never have a conversation with you as parents. You know what I'm saying? It's that real, and that's what's happening today. Teenagers are having sex and not talking to their parents about it because that conversation, that piece there was never even open.
They scared to talk to them, man. That's so real.
I asked my daughter, she's 12. That's a pivotal age.
Absolutely.
I ask my daughter at least once a week, are you okay? How are you feeling? You like boys? You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like, you know what I mean? Like,
Got to.
Or how do you feel about boys? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want her to feel comfortable because I'm the man in her life. You know what I'm saying? Like, most women grow up, most little girls grow up, and their dad, if he's around, is their first love. You know what I mean? What did you say earlier? Most little girls, most dads.
My man, shout out to my boy Young, and he always say this quote. He said, a lot of dads broke their daughter's heart before their first boyfriend ever did.
That's deep.
That's good. And I go the other way, because mom broke their side. That's like that man or their dad.
So it's like, I don't ever want my daughter to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So I try to make sure that I'm constantly talking to her. Talk to me about anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, as much as I don't want to hear it, I want my baby to be a little angel my whole life.
But you gotta think about, but the crazy part about, like, I don't mean to cut you off, but you gotta think about when we were that age and we were coming up. That's why we don't want to hear this shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, because when we was thinking and what we was doing back 12, 13 years
See,
old.
that's why I want to talk to her, because check it out. By me talking to a 12-year-old, my daughter's name is Skylar. By me talking to a 12-year-old Skylar, I can kind of talk to or introduce her to 12-year-old Jihad. And I can kind of revert back time and tell her what 12-year-old Jihad was thinking. And this is why you wanted, this is why you need to think this way, because this is how 12-year-old Jihad thought. You know what I mean? And 12-year-old Jihad was good, but 12-year-old Jihad was still a little boy. You know what I mean? So,
and also, it's a learned experience, so how you treat your wife or your lady or their mom will dictate what they learn too. You know what I mean? Like, one of my friends, she's a virgin still, she's 30. And she was like, I always ask her what makes her keep herself pure, and she's like, because my dad always loved my mom, right? Like, I watch them hugging kids all the time and tell her they love her. I want that experience, so if God's not giving me that same experience that my father gave my mom, it makes me turn off. I know I don't want that. Her father and mother, they dated. They went on to the movies. You know what I mean? He brought flowers home. So if you dated her, you gotta bring flowers. You know what I mean? So it just made me give a different view. So if I have a daughter, look, I need to make sure that she see me love my wife right. Not only do she get to learn the 12-year-old or the 13-year-old Corey, but she get to see what it looks like.
That's so important. Kids don't forget shit. As I say, as us being grown to this day, we don't forget nothing that happened when we was younger. We know when our parents said this, parents said that, blase blah. Like I said, I don't know if it's episode 3 or 4. Talk to your kids. And you gotta watch what you do around your kids too, because they pick up on everything. They could be
And
going
they
to
model
school.
them.
They could be going to school telling all types of stuff that they see at the house.
And
They just a sponge, man.
check this, kids model the behaviors that they see.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if they and it might not always manifest in the same way, but if they always see argumentative parents, when they get to school, they might be the bully. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just modeling what they see, and sometimes it can show up in different ways. But I think it's really important, like he said, like for like the kids when they see kind of whatever type of relationships that the parent is having, whether it's a good bad relationship, that's ultimately kind of what they're gonna start modeling their conflict
Your
relationship.
kids don't listen to what you say. They're gonna listen to what they see.
Listen, I took my two nieces last night out for their I took them for their first date. They ain't never had a date, and they're like, but one of them is I think 7 and 9, and I took them off their first date last night, and I opened the door. Y'all get in the car. I opened the door to the restaurant. We had conversations. I think it's just, I mean, they're young, but I need to have conversations with them at this point now. Like when you go to school, if a little boy say this, a little boy say that, you know, this is what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we just have to have those conversations because if not, it leaves a lot of room for assumption of what's supposed to happen. And I gotta deal with that up front. I have conversations with my nephew all the time. He's 11 years old. Listen, all right, you got hair in your armpits and you got hair other places. We need to have these conversations. What's going on? Because you already jipped me and got me to buy this Valentine's Day stuff for this little girl that you lied and told me was for your teacher. We gotta have these conversations. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that door open for questions. And he texts me all the time asking me questions.
Talk to your kids, man. Talk to your kids, man. Moving along. These Cali wildfires. I gotta say like another rest in peace to everybody that lost somebody in that. And people lost their homes.
Yeah. Did you see? And in the footage,
But I'm not understanding how are these fires starting?
It's due to the climate change, I believe.
Climate change.
And it's like the forest areas.
It's like when you go start a fire in wood. It's the same concept. The stuff just causing friction and just.
Like this shit been happening.
It gets so dry that it just, you know,
humidity,
sparks. I mean,
climate change. That's crazy.
I had a friend that was a part of this when he lost his whole house. Man.
Celebrities lost their houses.
Yeah, I see that.
Why they keep moving there though? Did they just have this situation in like August?
Somebody lost.
Yeah, it was. But the footage looked crazy.
Like, I wouldn't be moving there. I'm about to say I saw some of the footage and you literally could see the fire moving across the land. Like normally I've seen wildfires before and you didn't really see it like moving, but like this fire legitimately was like moving across the land.
Hopping like to places that ain't touched, and then it consumes everything else, and then catch up with the other one. It's crazy.
It's getting worse, man.
Yeah, condolences to everybody, man. That's like some climate. Like that's crazy. Like you can't control that shit.
You know what though? But you can control where you live though. Like
why they moving there? That's it.
You know, it's like.
I guess they want to get away from the whole general public and everything too. So like,
Listen, man.
What if they keep having fires?
It's just like Halloween, man. Listen, dog. If you in Springfield, Illinois, Michael Myers been killing niggas. Why you still living there? Why you still trick-or-treating all the way? Mike, shout out to you, beloved. Forest fires. Why does he keep getting out of prison 2 days before Halloween?
He killed the last movie.
But anyway, yes, I'm a little extreme, but I just compared forest fires to Michael Myers and Halloween. Michael Goat, man. Listen, man, if you know that every year there's a possibility that your house could get on fire by the woods in your backyard, dog, you need to move. You need to move. Not everybody got Illinois.
Like I said, I always bring this up, right? If you remember the Scream movies, right? The Scream franchise. If you watch Scream 2, Dwayne Martin was the cameraman in the movie. And when motherfuckers started killing motherfuckers, he left town.
Yes, he did.
Until they fuck around and solved the case, and then he came back. Just leave. He's one of the smartest black men, what do you call it, token black guy in the scary movie history. Shout out to you, Dwayne Martin. But moving along. Alright, we about to wrap this thing up. I'm about to catch y'all off guard too. You know what I mean? I want to ask y'all top 3 favorite rappers of all time.
Oh, Come on, man. I wasn't prepared.
Nah, nigga, you gonna get this work.
Are we talking favorite or are we taking
My fault, not greatest all time. Your top 3 favorite rappers.
my top 3 favorite rappers?
Favorite rappers.
Off the cuff. Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, Jadakiss. Bam.
Damn, that's my list. Moving along.
Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, Eminem.
Dang.
Gotta put the white boy.
Favorite.
Token white boy.
Shout out to the tokens, man. Word.
I think I'm gonna take a different route. I think I'm gonna go on my conscious side.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna rock with probably Lupe Talib and Lauren.
Who? What's the last?
Lupe Talib and Lauren.
Talib Kweli and Lauren.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna go in the conscious
Yeah,
route.
you went left. You went left.
I was
Yeah.
Talib, though. That's nice.
You want to learn. I just want to sell crack. That's all.
Somebody get punched in the mouth. A real one.
I like to sing. I like to hustle.
Yeah, that was great.
Me, of course, Jada, KISS, Notorious Big, and Nas.
That's 4. You vibe.
Nah, he said you said Jada.
KISS.
He said Jada.
Oh, I said Jada and Cass.
Oh, I think you said Cash.
Okay.
I apologize.
Jada, Beans, and Jay-Z, man. Like, that's my list, huh? Jada my favorite, you feel me? And I'm gonna say this every episode because my nigga don't get his just due. I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers trying to play my nigga.
I always say, man, for every aspect of life, there's a Jesus verse and there's a Jay-Z verse. For every aspect of life, there's a Jay-Z verse.
Jada taught us how to maneuver in these streets, man. Beans too.
And guess what? Jay-Z taught us how to sell drugs, sell music, and get out of there. Word.
Yeah.
Word up.
Hustle king, hustle coke, or hustle music.
Yeah.
But hustle hard at any hustle that you pick. Look at that, I can keep going.
Now we about to wrap this thing up, man. Salute to everybody. You know
Shout out
what
to
I mean?
everybody who voted.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to everybody who voted.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that voted. You know what I mean? We about to wrap this thing up. Bottle Talk _podcast. Follow us on Instagram. Bottle Talk 302. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We out of here. Alright.